today's video I brought you a very nice integral. It's set as I from 0 to pi over 4 of x cubed is multiplied by arcsine of x over square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay, in fact, so the first thing that I'm going to notice here, if you go to work on this integral without changing this alternative expression for arc of this quantity, it will be more hard to solve this one. Okay, now let's do a nice trick here. I'm going to express this arcsine as another expression. So we are going to find out another alternative expression in order to reduce this expression to the different expression where we can have integral more simple to solve. Okay, let's do that. If you take arcsine as a function of x over square root of 1 plus x squared, then try to derivate this arcsine. Okay, so notice here we know that the derivative function of arcsine of x is going to give us the derivative of x over square root of 1 minus x squared. So we are going to do the same thing here by replacing this, the whole thing, with x, and then derivative this one. Where we can go with this one, we will see where we can go with this one. Okay, derivative function of this one, which means x of square root of 1 plus x squared, derivative of this one over square root of 1 minus the whole thing, which is x over 1 plus x square root of x squared, all is raised to the number 2 as a power. Okay, then we are going to apply the derivative function rule for the fraction. So by doing this one, it's clearly is given as number 1 is multiplied by this one, which is square root of 1 plus x squared minus x is multiplied by derivative function of this one. It's going to give us 2x over square root over 2 times square root of 1 plus x squared, then divided by the whole thing, which is 1 plus x squared. This square is going to cancel this radical, becomes 1 plus x squared. Let's calculate the denominator before we move on to the numerator. This one is going to give us let's calculate the denominator before we move on to the numerator. This one is going to give us x squared by cancelling out this one. Then this square is going to cancel this radical, okay, like this. Then multiply numerator by denominator. Then if we simplify this numerator with this one, becomes 1 plus x squared minus x squared. I will have 1 plus x squared minus this x squared. Then cancelling out this x squared, I will be left with 1 over 1 plus x squared. Capital A is going to give us 1 over square root of 1 plus x squared. This is just denominator. Okay, this capital A will be replaced with this one. Okay, now calculating this numerator, it's clearly I'm going to cancel out this number 2 here. Then this x will be becomes x squared with this one, like this. Then multiplying this one with this one, this radical is going to be cancelled. I will be left with 1 plus x squared with this minus x squared over here. The whole thing is divided by 1 plus x squared. I will have 1 plus x squared because this square is going to be cancelled this radical, minus this one minus x squared. The whole thing is divided by square root of 1 plus x squared. But don't forget this term. This one is going to be here, is multiplied by 1 plus x squared. Also, don't forget the inverse of this one is going to go to the top. So I will have square root of 1 plus x squared. Okay. Then this, the whole thing, this one is going to be cancelled out with this one. This x squared will be cancelled out with this x squared. I will be left with 1 over 1 plus x squared. So I get this. Let's replace this whole thing with capital B. So we get this capital B, which is arcsine of this quantity here, which is the derivative function of b prime. is giving us 1 over 1 plus x squared. Okay, now it's more simple. Now in order to calculate b of x, let's replace this one. In order to calculate the b of x, I'm going to integrate both sides, so which means I get b of x, which equals integral of dx over 1 plus x squared. Don't put any bounds here because we are just expressing this one in terms of this one. This one is clearly going to give us arctangent of x plus constant. Don't forget constant, it's very important. If c is different than 0, we will have a problem if we don't put the constant here. Okay, now I'm simply going to determine the constant c. Just replacing x with 0 on both sides, I will find the constant c. This one is going to give us 0. This one is clearly 0 because replacing x with 0 here, arcsine of 0 is going to give us 0, which means constant c is going to give us 0, which means I'm going to cancel out this constant. I'm going to leave our expression as it was, like this. Okay, we found the alternative expression of this function, which is arcsine of x over square root of 1 plus x squared. Now let's replace this whole thing in terms of arctangent x and continue working on our integral. Okay, now let's get rid of this one and move on to the next step. Now previously we found arctangent of 0 pi over 4 will be replaced with x cubed arctangent of x, because we have proven that before. Now we are simply going to apply the by part integration by parts. So let's set u equals arctangent of x and dv equals x cubed. It's more simple here. Our integral becomes I integral 1 over 4 x to the 4th, because looking for the primitive of this one is multiplied by the origin function, which is arctangent of x. It was evaluated from 0 to pi over 4, minus another integral, which is 1 over 4. The integral, because the primitive of this one is going to give us from 0 to pi over 4 of x to the 4th, is multiplied derivative function of arctangent is going to give us dx over 1 plus x squared. Okay, so what to do is just we need simply to calculate this integral. Let's push this minus sign inside. Okay, this one like this, then take this integral separately and evaluate it first. Let's call it as a g integral. This one is clearly going to give us, let's put this one as a I1 integral. Let's calculate this one first. This one is I1 integral is going to give us pi, I got pi to the 4th over 4 to the 5th. This one is going to give us 4 to the 4th is multiplied by this 4th is going to give us pi square over 4 to the 5th. Minus 0, the 0 is going to give us 0. So we're done with this one. Let's move on to this one. This one I'm going to use a trick here. This minus sign becomes here. Let's use a trick. We get j integral, just this one, is going to give us from 0 to pi over 4 minus x to the 4th over 1 plus x squared dx. What to do here? I'm going to add number 1 and minus 1 in the same time. Let's split this integral into two parts. So I get the integral from 0 to pi over 4. And also let's take this number 1 minus x to the 4th and make it as a difference of two squares and factor out on the form of the product. So I get 1 minus x squared factor 1 plus x squared over 1 plus x squared dx, plus another integral which is minus from 0 to pi over 4 dx over 1 plus x squared. So cancelling out this one and this one, I will be left with this one. So I will be left with from 0 to pi over 4 dx minus from 0 to pi over 4 x squared dx minus this one, it becomes arctangent of x. Okay, evaluating this one separately, this one is going to give us pi over 4. This one is going to give us minus 1 over 3 pi to the 3 over 4 to the 3 is evaluated from 0 to pi over 4. Now with this final step, we are going to evaluate each term of this integral here. So for this one is going to give us pi over 4. For this one is going to give us minus 1 over 3 pi cubed over 4 cubed. Okay, because the primitive of this one because the primitive of x squared is giving us 1 over 3 x cubed. Okay, so 0 will be 0, so I will have this one now. For this one, arctangent of pi over 4 is going to give us number 1. Okay, 0 is going to give us 0 minus number 1. But be careful here, we have a 1 over 4 as a multiplier. We need to multiply this term by this one in order to finish off with this integral. So thus finally I get I integral as a origin integral is going to give us pi to the 4th over 4 to the 5th plus 1 over 4 is going to multiply by this one. So for the I will have pi over 16 as 4 is multiplied by 4. The third term is going to give us minus 1 over 3 pi cubed over 4 to the 4th, because 1 of the 4 here is going to multiply by this one is going to give us 4 to the 4th minus 1 over 4 is multiplied by number 1 is going to give us minus 1 over 4, like this. Now we have ended with this nice video. By the way, don't forget to hit the subscribe and support the channel. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next video. Bye.